World freezes. Filipino Elvis Prodigy owns AGT 2025. Judges left speechless. The world seemed to stop the moment 14-year-old Luka stepped onto the America's Got Talent stage, wearing a simple white shirt, hand-me-down shoes, and holding an old microphone his father once repaired from a junk shop. He looked nothing like the superstar the audience would soon witness. Luka had flown from Manila with his mother after winning a local charity contest that covered their tickets. It was his first time in America, and he felt both terrified and grateful. Back home, he used to sing on the streets of Quiapo, not for fame, but to help his mother pay rent and afford medicine for his grandmother. Today, he wasn't singing for himself. He was singing for everyone who believed in him when the world didn't. As the stage lights warmed his face, Luka took a shaky breath. He could see Simon Cowell studying him, slightly confused. "So, Luka," Simon asked, "what made you come all the way to AGT?" Luka's voice trembled as he answered, "I want to show that even kids from small places can make a big sound." There was a soft murmur in the crowd, a mixture of curiosity and tenderness. But before anyone could form an opinion, something unexpected happened. Luka pulled out a tiny folded note from his pocket. "My grandma wrote this before I left," he said. "She told me, don't just sing to impress, sing to heal someone." The audience fell silent, sensing something extraordinary was about to unfold. Then the music started, soft, nostalgic, unmistakably Elvis. Luka closed his eyes, and the second he sang the first note, the entire theater froze. His voice wasn't just good, it was hauntingly powerful, warm, and impossibly mature for someone his age. The sound echoed with a sincerity that felt like it could reach into a person's memories and pull out everything beautiful they'd ever forgotten. Gasps rippled through the crowd. A woman near the front clasped her hands over her mouth. A man in the back wiped his eyes before anyone could notice. On stage, the judges sat perfectly still, stunned, not just by the voice, but by the soul behind it. As Luka moved into the chorus of "Can't Help Falling in Love," something shifted. The audience wasn't listening to a performance anymore. They were listening to a story. Luka poured every hardship, every prayer, every late-night street performance into the melody. He remembered his grandmother's advice. He sang as if someone in the room desperately needed love, hope, or a second chance. And somewhere near the middle of the room, an elderly man in a wheelchair, someone Luka couldn't even see, began to cry quietly. His daughter held his hand, whispering, "Dad, it's okay. Breathe." That moment would later go viral on social media, but Luka had no idea it was happening. He just kept singing. Then came the unexpected twist. Halfway through the song, the music track suddenly glitched and cut off. A collective gasp surged through the audience. Luka's eyes widened in panic. This was his one shot, his only chance. His mother covered her mouth, terrified. But before anyone could intervene, Luka took one single steady breath and continued a cappella. His voice somehow stronger, richer, more vulnerable. Without background music, every crack, every breath, every ounce of emotion became raw and undeniable. The silence behind him amplified the purity of his tone, and the audience leaned in as if afraid to miss a single second. It was no longer an audition, it was a moment of truth. When the final note left his lips, soft, long, trembling with love, the theater didn't erupt, it didn't cheer, it froze. Complete stillness. For 2 full seconds the world simply stopped, and then an explosion. The crowd rose to its feet with a force that felt like a wave. Some cried, some shouted, some hugged strangers next to them. Heidi Klum covered her heart. Sofia Vergara kept repeating, "Oh my God, oh my God." Howie Mandel wiped tears and whispered, "That was healing." But Simon Cowell, known worldwide for his brutal honesty, didn't speak. He simply stood, walked to the golden buzzer, and looked Luka straight in the eyes. "Your voice," he said softly, "just gave someone in this room hope they didn't know they still had." And with a single slam of his hand, gold confetti burst from above like falling stars. But instead of celebrating for himself, Luka did something no one expected. He walked off the stage, bent down beside the elderly man in the wheelchair, and held his hand. "This was for you," he whispered. Cameras caught the man smiling through tears, his first smile in months, his daughter later said. Luka's act of kindness became the beating heart of the episode, the part viewers replayed again and again. In that moment, Luka realized something powerful. Sometimes the greatest gift you can give is not your talent, but your humanity. As the golden confetti swirled around him, Luka looked up with gratitude, not for fame, but for the chance to remind the world that small voices can heal big wounds. His grandmother had been right. He didn't just impress, he healed. And somewhere across America, living rooms, hospital rooms, classrooms, people felt a spark inside their hearts, a gentle reminder that hope still exists, kindness still matters, and even in a world that moves too fast, sometimes one voice can make it pause long enough to breathe again.